What to do when the inspect cell light is flashing yellow-orange. Now, if it is solid, it is considered more of a problem. That means your salt cell is not at all producing chlorine. A flashing light just means it is part of the regularly scheduled maintenance check. So this comes on and flashes after a certain period of time, no matter what. So it doesn't necessarily mean that anything is wrong. I am going to now show you how to inspect the salt cell. It's very important to turn the power off. Press the stop button. I'm also going to turn the power off at the main breaker as well. I'm also going to unplug this cord from here. And inspect that as well, just to see. This is your salt cell. We have a pool that is 7,800 gallons, so it's a very small pool, 12 by 24. Larger pools may have more than one salt cell. Let me know in the comments, I'm not sure about that. Okay, so in order to take off the salt cell, we are going to have to unscrew these on both sides. The first time that we checked this salt cell, it was really hard to open these. We really didn't even think we were going to get them open. What we ended up having to do is buy a rubber strap wrench. So it required 2 rubber strap wrenches and 2 people in order to get these loose. So this time I was able to loosen these by hand. So just make sure that you do tighten them well when you put them back on, but don't tighten them too well. So they actually turn in opposite ways. So this one is turning towards me, and then the other one is turning away from me. All right. Water is falling out of there, so no. Take a look at the salt cell on both sides. As you can see, there is no residue in this salt cell. The last time we checked it, there was actually a lot of residue, and what was required is step 1, first you spray it with a high pressure hose to try to get the little pieces of residue out, and if that doesn't work, step 2, you use muriatic acid mixed with water. I highly recommend searching for another video on how to clean the salt cell if that step is required. Another thing you can do while you're here is to just check your gaskets. Make sure that they're not worn out. Maybe wipe them down. Then screw it back on. So this side is going away from me. This side would be going towards me. You can see that this one kind of screwed all the way on, and then this one still has a little ridge here, which that's how it was before. So I noticed that it's leaking right here, so I'll probably need to do the whole process again. I have now tried taking it off and putting it back on twice, and it is still leaking, so I'm going to have to continue working on this. Just an example of one of the problems you may encounter while attempting this task. I tightened it by hand as far as it could go, and it appears that the dripping has stopped. The next thing I'm going to do before I turn the pump back on is just release the air from where the filter is. So when I do turn the pump back on, you need to make sure that you come back here and wait till the water is starting to flow out of here, then you can turn this back off. Last time when I turned the pump back on at the main power source, it automatically turned on over here. Important step, which I actually forgot to do when I did the first take of the video, is to plug the salt cell back into the box. Go back to the breaker, turn the power source back on. So it immediately started. I didn't need to press anything over here when I turned the power source back on. So right now you can see it's priming. That's why I left this open up here. So I'm just gonna wait for the water to shoot out. After it has finished priming, you will go back to the box and see that the inspect cell light is still flashing. All that you need to do now is hold down the diagnostics button until the light stops flashing. There we go.